Hello and welcome to another episode of the Almanvie podcast. I am your host, Jake Pointer, and joined by me tonight are my Livy Lovelies, Thomas Fro and Mr. Stephen Povey.
Hello there.
Oh,
Tonight we will discuss the snooze fest at the Tony Mac against the Sharks of Midlothian, which ended in a 0-0. On a lighter note, we'll also discuss the time loop of Lioness victories as the ladies beat Hutchie 3-1 away from home. Then we will discuss the possible last-minute transfer moves for the club and discuss our Player of the Month nominations. And lastly, we're going to try Tam's new game, which is called Defend the Undefendable, where he spins a wheel of honking football takes and we will decide who's had the best defence. He will explain it more later, that's for sure. So, remove yourself from your kids. Put Do Not Disturb on your phone, lock the toilet door and get your cheeks firmly on the pan and stay there until your legs are numb. With us here at the Almanvie podcast. Okay, Sunday saw, as I said before, an absolute snooze fest with Hearts. I think we all would have agreed we would probably have taken a 0-0 to start the game, especially with the conditions. It was my first game doing the VAR, bit of a nightmare. Things stopped working. I was downloading Chrome onto Blair Coburn's laptop 7 minutes before the game. Luckily, no things got called and I got my bacon saved. But yeah, I think I have PTSD and I don't think my skin is going to change into anything more than white for the next week or so. But guys, Thomas, you watched the game. Povey, you were at the game. I think we can all agree, not one for the record books, but I think we could all take a 0-0. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, unbeaten against Hearts in 3 games is pretty good stat, really, this season.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we finished 3rd in the league, and it was like, I think we've beaten Hearts 4 times this season. So it's like, we're almost there. If we finish top 6, then bugger it, we'll beat them, and we can get that undefeated. So, yeah, listen, the windy pumps out there, it was never going to be great. It was also like the Hearts Livy games have been good this season, but they have been really tight. And I wasn't expecting a goal fest anyway. But when I saw how, as I say, windy pumps out there, it was like this could be brutal. I actually thought we did well keeping the ball on the deck in the first half. Thought we played very well in the first half actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, another clean sheet. I would say it's positive vibes, big time. Unbeaten run continues. Clean sheet again, as I say, and Hearts haven't beaten us this season, so all positive.
Yeah. Tam, what was your take?
yeah, kind of agree with Povey. Although, I've never seen a good game of football on a plastic pitch, so I don't really know what you expected.
Yeah, me either. Man.
Yeah, so we were good. We defended well. We stopped them playing in the first half for sure. They definitely picked up a bit in the second half, but we were kind of more than enough. Outside of a couple of chances for them, I don't think they did too much either. But as you said, Povey, I think going unbeaten so far this season with Hearts is brilliant, and no many teams will do that outside of Celtic probably. So yeah, really, really impressed them. And you see, I mean, obviously Hibs are shite, but like you see, they've pumped Hibs twice recently. So it shows that kind of we're really kicking on. So yeah, pretty happy overall with the point and take it all day.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to kind of pick kind of total highlights from the game, so I'm just going to kind of keep mentioning about maybe individual performances and things like that. I think he was the man of the match by the actual sponsor in the stadium was Omionga. Povey, you've been calling out for him to start for ages. That game is literally his absolute bread and butter, I think. And I thought he was really good.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd be starting Omionga every game. I've said it before, and he proved it again. what an asset he is. He's unbelievable. Like, just yeah, and like fair enough. Things about Omionga's game which are tricky, like he got himself in really good positions where he could have had a shot or whatever. Some of his like long passes went a bit wayward. He kind of crossed the ball, but my God, he's all over the park. Like it is almost like he has to get the ball to someone else because we've not seen him score. We've not barely seen him have a decent shot. And yeah, that kind of there was a couple of wayward things, but see against Hearts, you got to win the ball. You've got to get the ball back, and he just absolutely created so many like patterns of play by like starting the moves by winning the ball back, even if he was just like putting pressure on someone and one of our other players intercepted it. He's so important for that. And arguably Jason Holt's probably the only player that can do that to that level, in my opinion. Pittman, obviously, as well. But like Omionga's got to start every game for me. He's such an important player. And he played a blinder and well played man of the match. Personally, my man of the match was Shamal. Again, clean sheet. Just a couple of really, really important saves from Shamal, and so he gets my man of the match. But there was a few players on there who could have got it, but Omionga definitely deserving of it. But should be playing every game. That, as you say, that was a good game for him to play. But he was a big part in playing. He was a big part to play in the breaking down of Hearts, making it difficult for Hearts to get forward. That Humpty Dumpty boy, he was the biggest threat for Hearts. I was so glad when he got subbed off. But apart from that, I didn't feel like they were, apart from him, I didn't feel they were amazing. That boy who went on as well should have been booked in the second half. The guy up top, I can't believe he got away with not getting booked. It was unreal. But yeah, Shamal made some great saves from him. I'd say that Humphreys, like when he played him through, what's his name? I just call him Humpty Dumpty.
It's Humphreys, aye.
Aye, Humphreys. Like he obviously played the ball through for the guy up top, and you know the guy I'm on top. I can't even mind the boy who got subbed on.
Yeah. Is he from Newcastle?
Aye, the wee Geordie. Well, I don't know if he's Geordie, but the guy from Newcastle, yeah. Thought he was good. And their new signing up top, I felt we just kept him really quiet. Like said Jack Fitzwater, I think Sky Sports gave him man of the match.
Mm-hmm.
He kept him very quiet in the first half. And so there's another player who could have been man of the match. For me, Shamal George, Sky, it was Fitzwater, and obviously the sponsors, Omionga, all brilliant performances.
Yeah, just talking a little bit about Humphreys, Tam, we have this argument every single time any sort of our pitch is on the telly. It just so happens our pitch was on Soccer AM this week, where shout out to Bruce for redeeming himself after UK the drill, because he did pretty well beating Jimmy Bullard. But, naturally you do see the ball set up quite a bit. I can imagine it is a kind of difficult situation, but the guy just needs to fuck off, eh?
Yes. In short, like, obviously it's not ideal, but I insist that players would rather play on that than play on a park that's the state of St Johnstone's than now. Even Easter Road's not great. Some of the state that these parks get to at kind of this time of the year and in the next kind of month or so, it's so bad. And yes, obviously, in an ideal world, we'd have an absolute grass carpet like Darvel, because their pitch was class, by the way.
Yeah, but the millionaire owner.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
I'm sick of Darvel Wankfest. To be honest, they're totally minted. Like, but whatever. Yeah.
Aye, but like all the minted clubs have like that pitch. Like they can afford that good pitch. Like if they can afford to do that, then like fucking we would if we could. But what also gets disregarded, I think I've seen some comment that really fucking wound me up. that was like, oh, it's all about money because Livy rent it out during the week. No, they fucking don't. No, they fucking don't. Livy have got 2 Astro pitches, one inside the stadium, one at the back. There's about 10 teams that are using those for Livy now. So it's not rented. It's not rented at all. It's used for the things that the club needs it to be used for.
Mm-hmm.
Like training for the ladies section, the newly made under 16s and under 18s for the ladies, the academy, which means that we're allowed to go into Europe moving forward. Like that's the things that are used for. It's not for fucking money. Obviously, there is a financial element because we can't pay for like the full upkeep, but we're not bringing money in for it. So that pissed me off when I read that. Obviously, all the other comments, people are just muppets. Like fair play to the Livy fans on Twitter and stuff that I've seen. Like,
Some will be great. Eh?
yeah, Blair, pal for GS, he's been fucking brilliant, just winding people up.
I follow
see him-
Blair. He's good. He's good quality on Twitter for sure.
Yeah, always just prodding people in the right way to upset them, and it's great to see because you know what? Fuck them. If the league wants to get rid of them, fine. We'll do what we can, but it's within the rules. Fuck off. Players mention it. It's just ridiculous. It's only when one of the big teams didn't get a result at a place like us or Kilmarnock that it gets mentioned. One of the big teams, so-called big teams. I wouldn't even fucking count like Hibs or Aberdeen as a big team. They're all fucking they're fucking Mickey Mouse teams. So but it's just frustrating, man. Like the Dutch league only got rid of it this season, and you'd probably count the Dutch league. I mean, with the way that they've performed in Europe and stuff, you'd probably count them as a wee bit higher.
Yeah.
But they've only just gotten rid of it. So maybe that is the future. Maybe it is the future to get rid of them. But I think for the game as it is in Scotland, and for the size of the game, I think it is a much more of a priority to build the game in other areas than to worry about a pitch that like a few players complain about. And it upsets fucking 5,000 Hearts fans sitting on their arses. Probably travelling fucking 2 minutes up the road to the stadium to watch a game that they drive past every day. They can all fuck off.
I see when they were singing, like, "Get me out of Livy, it's a shithole" or whatever. That's absolutely not the lyrics to the song, but like I was like, "Fuck, man! I know about 20 folk from Livy at this game, you idiots." I was like, can
they
just
literally
imagine
all live there.
singing along really quietly, like, "Yeah, it's a shithole." Very good.
I'd tell you what, I'd much rather live in fucking Livy than fucking Gorgie. Honestly.
All right. Okay.
I would.
See, another thing about Humphreys, he actually like he played well on it. What's he complaining about? Not like that. He had a really decent shot. Like there's nothing. It's not like the pitch had a bad effect on his game at all. If anything, he played well on that on the Astro or whatever it is, or weather pitch. It's just like, why are you complaining about it? Like you had a good game.
And these cunts train at the Orium.
On grass.
They train on Astro. I mean, there's grass parks at Heriot Watt as well.
All grass. They train on grass.
Well, they do train indoor. They used to train indoor at Heriot Watt.
There's the indoor pitch too, but they mostly do it on the grass pitches at the back. They're so well kept. They're class.
I tell you what, when I was at uni there, we used to try and book the indoor pitch before it was the Orium, when it was the Astro indoor, the big Astro. We would used to try and book it when we were at uni for like a kickabout with like my pals for uni, and Hearts had it booked out all the fucking time, every day, 10 till 3, 10 till 3, 10 till 4. So they must do some level of training. The grass, I have seen them use the grass pitches outside there as well, but they've got that facility, and it's always fucking booked for them.
I was there quite a lot because of like in a Scotland base, and they were always on the grass pit. Not to totally go against it.
Just shut me down there.
No, I don't. It's hard to say for sure. So no, I get it. So let's go back to the game a little bit away from the pitch chat. We had to talk about it, but we'll move on. Another big performance from Morgan Boys. I still really like him. I think definitely got a mistake in him because he's a young player. I think he's definitely got cards in him from maybe making like rash decisions. But overall, I think another really good performance. And I really liked him going forward. We drop of the shudder. Unlucky that with the chance of maybe I couldn't. You would have had a better angle than me, Povey. Was it pretty much straight at the keeper?
Aye, but it was one of those ones that was a lot of power on it. He couldn't have done any better, really, in my opinion. It was a good shot. It was one that the keeper could have fumbled to get himself in that position. It was a really, really good bit of play. Something we could do a wee bit more of. He totally left those Hearts boys for dead. Like, he took them on big time. So, good to see. Like, I think just being a young defender like that, like, gives you a wee bit of balls to do something like that.
Yeah.
It was great to see. And on the I'm happy with him starting. And I did say about Io wanting to see him back at some point. I'm still of the opinion where Io could have probably been handy in that Hearts game. Not that we needed him because we got the clean sheet. But it's hard to drop boys. He got that's 2 games now where he's the ball's gone over his head quite easily when he could have just, like, I don't know, got his noggin on it and hit it or whatever. Because we almost conceded from a ball over his head. But one wee blip like that, yeah, it could be costly. But overall, his game, I mean, he almost won us the game if that had gone in, that shot. It was certainly, I would say that was probably our best chance of the game. So fair play, and I can't drop him. He's playing so well.
Yeah, I would argue our best chance was the Stephen Bradley chip and the big clearance off the line. Some clearance that I was convinced that when I saw it, I thought it was going in. But fair play to the Hearts defender for getting back.
It was Lyndon Dykes and John Nubly-esque, wasn't it? Just that wee kind of ball over the top for the dink.
From Boys,
go.
I think it was Boys that
I
played
think you might be right. I can find out, but yeah, it was a really, really. He was unlucky. It was well defended, to be fair, because it's hard when the wind's blowing as well. And to give credit to whatever wank cleared it off the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been such a lovely goal. Could have celebrated in front of the Hearts fans as well. Would have been nice.
It was very unlucky. It was, as you say, it's hard to. You got to give credit to that defender because I was thinking he's gonna fuck this, but that defender, it was really awkward for him to clear it. But yeah, Bradley couldn't have done any better. Brilliant. Yeah. Good to see that, somebody running forward like that. And Anderson was unlucky with when the ball, the rebound from that. But it was a good chance.
I thought Xander Clark had quite a shit game. I kind of expected a little bit more from him. I think he really struggled with the wind and the crosses. I kind of felt that was going to go in our favour. I thought because Shamal was so solid, I just had a feeling that Xander had a mistake in him. Do you think when Gordon comes back, he'll probably just go straight back in? I don't know. That's Gordon's weakness as well as crossing. I don't know. I've not really seen much of Xander Clark. I ever thought he'd be that great. I don't know. Have you seen much of him play that well or?
Well, obviously he had those a few good seasons with St Johnstone, but for I think last season he wasn't great, was he? I think St Johnstone were pretty poor in general last season, but I don't think he was outstanding at all out with their cup runs. I don't think anyone was particularly sad for St Johnstone to see him go, to be honest. I don't know what they've replaced him with, to be fair. Or how good he's doing, but yeah, he was a bit sketchy. It was a wee bit sketchy. I was hoping we could maybe take advantage of that. He looks less homeless now. To be fair to him, he's had a bit of a shave. He's sorted himself out a wee bit.
All those Jambo wages he's on now, man.
He's got that money. He can afford that 35 quid haircut in the centre of town these days.
Hey, I'm only 17, boy. But look at the neck of my barnet though, so that's probably bad.
when I used to get my hair done in the centre of town, it was 35 quid. That's why I no longer get my hair cut in the centre of town.
Lick my balls. Why are you paying 35 quid to get your hair cut, man? That is ridiculous. Was it from Ruffians?
No,
Oh,
it wasn't. It was Stag. Stag barber.
35 quid. I'd want like my nose hairs done, my pubes done, probably my arse waxed. I'd need everything for 35 quid. Like, what the
I think
hell?
I paid 35 quid for my fucking my clippers that I bought about 3 years ago.
Aye.
Never had to pay for a haircut since.
We've not all given up like you, Povey, though.
Oh, mate.
I'm still
This
holding
is
on to this.
embracing it. You'll
Yeah,
you'll be Team Baldy soon.
I'll get
Aye.
there eventually, but I'm
Team
still
Bobo
holding
Balde,
on.
here we go.
So
Don't worry, I'll be there too. I'll be there soon, lads. Don't you worry. We'll all join the bald brigade. Actually, Liam and Owen have got a big, nice, beautiful bit of hair, haven't they? They probably won't be bald.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Fucking arseholes, man. Anyway, that's all I've got for the game so far. Any other kind of comments that you want to discuss? It's pretty tough pickings this week. It was a real boring game. Very scrappy.
I mean, I just think it's a solid result.
Aye.
It was weird. Like it felt like both teams were pretty happy with the point, to be honest.
Oh, aye.
Maybe not some Hearts boo boys, obviously, but nah, it's solid. And we've got a tough run of fixtures approaching, so to keep that wee unbeaten run's all right. So yeah, a good result. And
Still in fourth.
what did you think of Guthrie when he came on? I mean, he'd done that wee cheeky overhead kick. There were moments for me he was better than maybe what I've said in previous weeks. But overall, I still think we could do with somebody better as a replacement. I just worry if Anderson's injured. Obviously, Newbley possibly come back, but I prefer Newbley on the left anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What's your opinion of Big Guthrie?
So,
Talking of hair as well.
I know, good sled. Yeah, I kind of said in the group chat, I was always a bit of a kind of follower. I liked him when he first started. I thought he was what we needed. His hold-up play was good. I think we probably was just comparing it to when we were having a difficult time kind of up front. But see now, it doesn't really do much for me. Like silly things like, I don't know if you remember, it was when I actually lifted my head from pouring my sweat on top of that laptop. There was a bit, it was like towards the end of the game and he was in the corner. And, you know, we're just keep the ball. Hold the ball up. He's about fucking 6'4", big lad. And the guy puts his arms, touches him, barely touches him, he just falls over for no reason. And it's just his game, like that kind of bit of game management. It just makes me think that he's not that decent. Just stand up in the corner and just get battered. Like he's massive.
I couldn't help but think if that was Newbley at that moment, he would have probably skinned the boys and then had a goal or something like that, you know? I really, really miss Newbley. I think he could have been, should I say, the difference on Saturday against Hearts. So many games recently where I'm like, oh, Newbley could have maybe got us a wee bit more from it. But yeah, I really want Newbley back.
I think we've heard rumours of Wednesday. Potentially that he's back for, but I'm not sure. But would you start him straight away, even if he's been out for a wee bit? Bring him on, maybe if things aren't going our way. I don't know. Against Celtic, probably, because he's going to offer. Just I'd maybe start him kind of up top in a 2, just to let him kind of stretch the defence a wee bit, because we all know how good he is picking up the ball in those wide areas, especially against a team that sits high. And if we can get the ball into him as our out ball, he can take on a man and get a defender booked, or, you know, beat a man and can get us into dangerous positions. So, you know, if it was a game that we were probably going to be attacking more, have more of the ball, I'd probably say to bring him on, because he might be a wee bit rusty. But I think he can probably really do something for us against Celtic. So, and obviously his height for like dead ball situations would be helpful as well, because they've got some cracking deliverers of a ball, should we say. They're so fucking good. Like,
yeah, it's very upsetting how good they are. So yeah, I think he could be really useful in that game.
We think our player of the month should be. Okay, as we all know, deadline day is, I think, is it today? Tomorrow? I think. I saw I was watching the telly. When is
It's
it?
today.
It's today.
As we talk, it's today.
As we talk is today, so on Tuesday. So we've got a kind of number of people potentially kind of leaving. Obviously, things might change a little bit. One we do have 100% is our man Josh Mullen is away to Ayr on a permanent move. For me, good on him. I don't see he was going to actually play for us again. Total legend. Seemed to be happy at both parties, and as Callum Carson said on Twitter, I don't think any Livy fan would have a bad word to say about Josh Mullen. Boys, sad to see him go, or kind of happy for him just to be playing football every week?
Both, really. Obviously, he'll never be forgotten for kind of his contribution in that playoff season. He was absolutely magnificent. One of my favourite moments of the after party for that, let's say, down at the club after we got promotion was him standing on a chair, banging on the ceilings, like singing the songs as loud as he could with all the fans. And
Yes.
like I'll never forget that because it was class. Lovely bloke as well. Very kind of willing to have a chat and that. So you know, that season was just the best, and we'll not forget that in a long time. That being said, yeah, just to echo your sentiments, Jake, best of luck to him because, you know, he seems happy. Seems like the club's sorted it out well, and I guess we just get to move on now and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Povey, anything to add?
Okay, I mean, I'm sad in that I always said I thought there was a place for him in this team. And when I say this team, I mean like last year.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, even the start of this year, I was like buzzing that he was possibly going to be given a chance again. I just think there's a lot in his locker. He's you don't get players like that, out and out wingers, deadly crossing, unbelievable, creates so many opportunities. He's done amazing things while he's been out on loan as well. But yeah, so a bit sad in that sense. However, where we are right now, he just couldn't. I couldn't see him playing in the team. But still, I'm really chuffed for him. I think he'll do amazing things because he's just a class player. Really, really, really liked him. Always liked him. And yeah, no many players like him in terms of the way he plays on the park. And as I say, could easily a Premiership player, still in my eyes. But hey ho, good on him and good luck to him. And a legend, absolute legend for everyone in that crop of players. It's kind of sad because it's like another one from. I feel like this is one big era that we're in, like from that promotion from League One Championship to where we are right now. I still feel like it's part of the same arc almost, you know what I mean? And it's just sad that maybe that's another one gone. But hey ho, good luck to him.
And he did have a really good season, not the last year, but the year before, the kind of the COVID time.
He never had a bad game, Jake. And I always was like, why is he not playing every week? Because he never had a bad game for us in the Premiership either. Just, he was so good.
Yeah, just didn't quite fit into how they were meant to play. So, oh well, all the best, Josh. Hopefully we can have you on here soon. If you're keen, if you listen every week, then you're welcome anytime, of course. Okay, moving on to someone maybe not so popular with the Livingston fans or with the Alvin View podcast. I think it's rumoured that Gonçalves is going to go out on loan if not going to go on his way out. Not disappointed by that at all. And I know we're trying to be a little bit more positive on this podcast as we were when we first started than when we first started. The lads, get him off to fucking Hamilton or whatever.
You realise he's going to be absolutely amazing at Hamilton. Yeah. He'll be Hamilton's top scorer. He'll save them from relegation. They'll have a statue of Isma inside Hamilton in the streets of Hamilton.
Yeah. We'll be dancing in the streets of Hamilton, singing his name.
Isma.
You're right. I can see it. I can actually see it. I mean, goes on loan to Hamilton, bangs loans in, and then kind of gets up to fitness. Maybe I don't see it. Tam, we don't have to go into it too much. I've been spoken about a lot. Can you see him being Hamilton's number one? What Aki's number one Aki?
He can be the number one Aki.
I think so.
I don't know. I would be lying if I'd said I'd watched Hamilton extensively this season to know what they need from a striker. But if they need someone to stand in a wall or karate kick a fan, I'm sure he'll do well.
Yeah,
with his bacon roll.
Eat a bacon roll.
It is a bacon roll. Oh,
we
man.
go back there. If you don't listen every week, watch the episode from 2 weeks ago.
If you do anything, please just listen to that bacon roll episode. Go around about like an hour and a bit in, and Owen's. That's probably my favourite moment of the podcast, and this year anyway was that bacon roll drop. Maybe ever. Yeah. David Fernandez got literally overtaken.
Bacon roll second.
It's interesting. I've not really seen anything about the Hamilton thing apart from that DM that we got from the Hamilton fan. I'll say his name just to make sure. Ben Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Oniaki's messaged us saying that he'd heard rumours about him going to Hamilton. So we wished him good luck and sent him on his way.
Yeah. See you later, you fanny. So who is the last one that I can think of is the Kanker. Not really kind of worked out so far. I've maybe not had loads of game time, but even in the reserves, I don't think he's performed that well. He's really quick. I think there are elements. I think for me, getting him out on loan, getting him loads of game time, see where he can go first. But before anything else, obviously he's made such a big way from Australia. It'd be shite if we just completely let him go. What do you think, boys? Do you think there's definitely a player in there? He is only 2021.
You can't hold on to a player because you feel sorry for him because you've won him. Like that'd be like saying Brian Schweik, like, it's a shame we brought him all the way from America, like, but let's be honest. Amazing. Yeah, I fucking love him, obviously, but like. What I'm saying is, you can't expect game time purely because of that.
Oh, no.
Listen, we've got DeLucas as well now, so Obelai's not getting a game. It's a bit like, yeah, it was bound to happen. We can't be sitting with loads of defenders on the bench. So, it's the right thing to do. As I say, because we brought in the new guy, DeLucas, isn't it? So I'm still not sure. DeLucas. I'm really looking forward to seeing him, by the way. But
he's huge, big laddie.
But it's one of those ones. It's like we've got Obelai, who, in my opinion, is a starter, who's not starting. So good on boys, but it's like, yeah, I just don't see a place for Phil between now and the end of the season. So it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
No, would you agree, Tam?
Yeah, yes, I would. Let's see, he's still got another year on his deal, with an option of a third, according to the great source that is Wikipedia. So if he goes and plays some football, end of the season, you never know what could happen. He might come into a bit of form. Fingers crossed, because I think we want him to succeed by all means. He seems like a cracking bloke. And yeah, I think to kind of go back, I think was it the Rangers game where he got booked early on and then probably should have been sent off.
He played well that game.
He did all right. Well, for the 45 minutes he played or 40 minutes he played. There was one of the games early in the season when he got booked stupid early on and then went in for another challenge that arguably could have been a second yellow, and Davey hooked him after that. And then he's barely kicked the ball for us since then. But it's one of those things. He's young, born in 2001 to make us all feel old as fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, scary, isn't it? So, let's see what happens. Hopefully,
the thing I missed about him was that we me and Big Al used to, back in the Lyndon Dykes days, we used to always go, "Go on, Lyndon," like with an Australian accent. So have you ever heard that in the stadium? That was me and Big Al just being trying to be funny. But we
I've
would
never heard
always,
that, Tam, have you?
and then we were like, we missed that when London was gone. Like, "Go on, Lyndon," and then we started going, "Go on, Phil." But so I'm already missing that, to be honest. But yeah. It says a lot that that was my favourite thing about it.
Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. Like when you're missing, that's the only thing you miss about a player for sure.
The accent's unbelievable, Povey, by the way. Just need to say, stunning Australian accent there.
Sure thing, mate.
Right.
Get another shrimp on the bar, mate. Delete
Oh
that.
my. Right. Well, no, Tam, keep that in. That's it. That's it.
Yes.
He
Yes.
finally looks like a dick now. That's it. It's his turn.
Yeah, okay. My turn.
My turn. Okay, let's move on to our January play of the month. Let's just, I'll say our nominations, quickly say who we think should get it this month. A really exciting month for me, I think, with the players that are up. So, first of all, it's Bruce Anderson, Bradley, Kelly, and Penrice. 4 young guys really impressed me this week. Tam, who'd be your kind of your player of the month and why?
It's a toughie this month, is it? There's been a lot of very good performances. You know, I'm beaten in 6. It's nothing to sniff at. The whole team's done well. God, you've put me on the spot here.
Hey, that's what I do.
That is what you do. That's your
That's
thing.
what I do. It's my hang.
You hit that spot. Anyway.
Okay.
I'd probably get Brucey. Firstly, for scoring some important goals. He's back to his waspish ways. He obviously, it was a tough game against Hearts because he was kind of a wee bit isolated occasionally. But he put in such a shift against Hearts. A few key goals at good times through the last month. And he redeemed himself on the drill as well and took the piss out of Jimmy Bullard. So that's a win for me overall. I'd give it to our friend Bruce Anderson.
He didn't seem that. He was standing at reception just with his arm on reception, just chatting to anyone that went past him when I left, and he didn't seem that happy with himself. He said it was pretty grim, but I thought he was great. Like I thought the best he could be under the kind of conditions, and against a tough kind of Hearts defence.
I don't think Bruce is happy unless he scores. Like, literally.
He's a striker.
This is his job, like, as a striker. I know he does a hell of a lot more, but I kind of get it. Like, if you're a striker, you want to be scoring goals.
But we'll just back over to you, Povey. who's your player of the month and why?
Well, it's a really tough call, as you say. I'm not going to pick this player because if Owen was... In fact, I'll just do my Owen impression. I'm giving it to James Penrice because he's my favourite. So, James Penrice gets Owen's vote. So,
that was pretty good, by the way.
Really cheers, good. Man. Yeah, I fucking do impression better than my Australian one, anyway.
Can you give us an impression of Owen trying to do an Australian accent, please?
No. That's exactly what he would say.
He'd add in the vape suits as well. No.
So who am I going for? It's really tough between 2 players. I'm not going to say it because I want to hear who Jake's is, but mine's is going to be Stephen Kelly because he's cemented his place in the team. He's played phenomenal in pretty much every game. That St Johnstone game, unreal. Thought he's just made a real big impact on the team, and cemented his place this month. And bear in mind, it's tough graft when you go down to 10 men, which we have done a couple of games this month, and he's been in and about it. Big fan of him. I think he is a really important player for us, and I'm just great month for him. He's well deserves it in my opinion.
Yeah,
Jake, what about you?
So I'm going to go off just my gut reaction, even though I totally agree with both what you've said and it would potentially sway me. But I'm going to go with my gut just because of the way that he's come into the team so late. He's making a difference, and like even on Hearts, even though it was a tough game and there wasn't much to shout about, I thought he still influenced the game in a really big way, and similar to what kind of Nubley has done. And I think I really like Bahambula. I thought he's had a good season. I feel like he should, I want him to play more, but I just can't see it at all because of the way Stephen Bradley has played. I just don't. You can't start Bahambula at the moment because the way he kind of cuts inside. So I'm going to give it to Stephen Bradley as almost a kudos of just how well he's adapted, coming from not really playing at Hibs at all. I mean, it's barely, and then coming to one of our star members of the team in a month. I think it's a great achievement. So I'm going to go different. And how many times have we ever had all three different opinions on Player of the Month? I don't think in Almond View history.
Well, that's funny. He was the one I was swaying between, and I think he. I mean, to be honest, the thing is, we're all in agreement that any of the ones we've named, including Owens, deserve to win it.
Yeah, no, totally agree. Oh, well done, lads. Whoever wins, you thoroughly deserve it. Here we go. So we're now going to play our brand new game. We don't have a clue how this is going to go. I'm going to hand it over to our game show host, Thomas Crowe, who put this idea into the chat. I don't really know what to expect, Tam, but I'm quite excited. So do you want to kind of explain the premise and take from there?
I don't know what to expect either, but we will certainly see what happens. And it's like a relationship. You only get out of it what you put into it. So I'm looking forward to your input here. So welcome everyone to our new feature. Defend the indefensible. This is the first time I've hosted probably anything here because I've got a weird as fuck accent and probably everyone hates listening to me. They don't let me speak on anything. They don't let me do outros. They don't let me do intros. So I finally managed to weasel my way in and get myself a bit of spotlight. So fucking yes, well done me. So I've got a series of absolutely honking football and Livingston takes that the boys will need to defend to the group. The winner will be judged by me at the end, and I think the criteria for winning is how much you make me hate you with your defense of the topic. If I'm raging, if I'm ready to like cry in anger, then I think you've done really, really well. So we've got 4 potential topics. I'll give you the highlights, like the titles of these topics, and we'll just do one each for you both today, and we'll spin the wheel for which topic you get.
Okay.
So the topics are Shite Take 1, plastic pitch penalties. Ooh. Shite Take 2, You've Got No Fans. Shite Take 3, Tam Cowan Chronicles. And Shite Take 4, VAR Views. So this'll be interesting. We'll spin the wheel and we'll see what you get. Jake, we'll start with you. Does that sound good?
Right.
So I'm gonna spin the wheel. The wheel is currently being spun. Oh,
I can hear
spinning. It's taking its time. It's taking its time. And Jake, you are going to defend You've Got No Fans. So, the premise here is you need to defend the fact that teams in Scotland should not just be judged by their league position at the end of the season, but by their fan base. Clubs like Falkirk deserve to be in the Premier League over teams like Livingston simply due to their larger fan base. Jake, I'll give you, let's say, 3 minutes. 3 minutes max.
3 minutes is pretty long, but
It's hard, but I just ramble, mate. Just go for it. Just ramble and we'll go. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Listen, I don't understand what's the point in a club being in the Premier League when they've got about 5 people in one stand. Like, it looks pathetic on telly. having 3 stands completely empty. What the fuck's going on in those 3 stands? There's like rats or like fucking old pies in there. Total waste. Obviously, the club are just being stingy and not kind of opening up. I mean, not a normal team would just give out free tickets every single week. I don't get it. It's so stupid that a club would do that, especially when you have great teams like Falkirk and that have got such a massive, massive fan base. And look at this stadium; it's so full and it's so loud, because of the atmosphere it creates. Honestly, when you go to Livingston, it's just like tumbleweed central. Apart from the wee group of wee boys at the other corner with a drum that sing "We're on our fucking with shite." Honestly, absolutely crap. I mean, what's the point in a team being in the Premier League when they've got about 3 fans? So listen. The quicker Livingston are relegated, the better. The quicker teams like Falkirk, Arbroath, actually, don't get me started. I bet Darvel have probably got more fans with their nice grass pitch. Get them up to the Premier League. Get Livy out.
Oh, that was painful.
I didn't mean any of it. I'm so sorry.
Depends what comes through on the edit, I guess. Povey, have you got anything to say? Have you got anything to say on that topic?
On that topic.
Not to defend it, to abuse Jake.
I just barfed during that, so to leave it sick in my mouth. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to my go now after that. Like,
I hope it's Tam Cowan. I want Tam Cowan so bad.
We will see. Right. Okay. Right. I'm going to spin the wheel again, Povey, and you'll get one of your topics. Let's go. The wheel is spinning. The tension is building. The tension is building. No, it's not Tam Cowan. Oh, it's actually plastic pitch penalties.
Oh.
Plastic pitches are a scourge on our game and produce truly horrible football. Teams using them should be relegated immediately and kicked out of the league. That one's inspired by some Take Some Hearts fans that I've seen over the weekend. Povey, do you think you can defend that? Well, it doesn't matter.
Sure. Bring it on.
You're going to need to
get your thick bucket ready, guys.
Let's go 3, 2, 1.
So, not only should teams who have plastic pitches, it's made of plastic. So first of all, it's really bad for like the environment, like making these plastic pitches. So I mean, really, it's the worst people in the world who make and buy these plastic pitches. So really, the owners at any of these clubs can be jailed, to be honest. And the clubs shouldn't even exist, not be relegated. They should be just made liquidated. And they should sell the stadiums and put them towards clubs who have real grass, true clubs. I'm fucking off on a tangent here. And basically, fuck plastic pitches. I hate them. The football is terrible. And Darvel, as you say, they should be Rangers, Celtic, and Darvel. That's it, because they're the best pitches, the best teams in Scotland. That's it. That's all I've got to say.
Wow.
Wow. There we go. So, do you think Greta Thunberg would support Livy, Povey?
They should bloody be dead against them. I was telling the truth there as well.
Whoa.
Nah, I'm joking. Of course. I love my plastic pitch. Get it right up, yous. But yeah, there you are.
That was thoroughly enjoyable, and you've both made some truly horrible arguments there, boys.
Thank you.
But it was very fun. I really enjoyed that. I laughed a lot. I didn't get angry though.
Because we didn't mean
give it to Povey, and my reason is that he went the environmentalist route, and I like that.
That was a really good take. That was a good take. I wasn't off.
I was like, I'm going to get away from the football starter. Yeah, thanks.
It was outside the box a wee bit.
Yeah.
But Jake, you put together a very good argument as well, and if I think we'll do this again going forward. I think we've all enjoyed it. I hope everyone enjoys it as well. If you've got any honking takes that you want to watch the boys defend,
Sweat.
give us a DM. I want to hear your most honking takes. If we don't get any in, we'll just go back through some episodes and find some of Owen's takes, and we'll try and defend those. But I hope you enjoyed.
Man, I enjoyed it because you're the best host we've had on the Am View.
Okay, so more positive news from the ladies. I absolutely love it. Another victory on the bounce for the ladies as they beat Hutchie 3-1. Tam, you and I spoke last week that Hutchie had quite a few good results. It was going to be a harder game. I saw them play Hutchie last season, and Livingston looked pretty comfortable, kind of all the way through. But you said they have kind of improved a little bit. 3-1. But it was 1-1 at half time, so it wasn't kind of totally plain sailing, was it?
No, so I wasn't at the game to talk on it too much in detail. But from kind of what I've heard, it was quite difficult first half.
Conditions as well,
Conditions are tough. Obviously, wasn't the nicest of days. It was the same conditions that the men had to put up with at the same time, pretty much on Sunday. On a grass park as well. Let's switch this around and say that a lot of the grass parks, when they do play on them, are really, really bad. And it's just highlights my point. A good plastic pitch is better than a bad grass pitch 99.5% of the time.
Totally.
And it just doesn't really suit Livy. Ball bobbles about, and when Livy move the ball, but they move it about really well, and that's much harder to do on a grass park. I think there's definitely like a tactic there. Of playing Livy on a grass park. Teams have done that all the way back to the Blackburn days. They would play on 3G parks every week, but play Livy or Blackburn on a grass park. It did used to happen.
I mean,
you need to take your advantages, right? But
it's like as Livy home team, as the men's team does, as people say we do every week.
Aye. But yeah, 1-1 at half time. Tash through with a goal. I think the message I got from Rebecca after the game was Tashi's goal was fucking class, by the way. So that's about as good as a review as you can get.
Yeah.
So yeah, going into half time, 1 each.
Obviously, it didn't stay 1-1, and Ashley Elizabeth got back on the score sheet, which was great. Yeah, like as I was saying before, I felt a little bit sorry for her. I don't think she's maybe had as much game time as last season. Nice that she's been kind of got on the score sheet again, and Jen obviously been scoring loads. Nice that she had a good game time. Do you think that'll kind of maybe kick her on a little bit, or maybe get her more in the starting lineup ahead of the other two new starts? What's kind of your thoughts?
Yeah, hopefully it helps her kick on. Like, I think she kind of struggled with fitness a little bit at the end of last season, had a couple of knocks that didn't help her. A few weeks ago at home, she played the first half and didn't look 100% to me. Still doing kind of the things that have made her so good for Livy, but just maybe not as kind of sharp. And whether that was from an injury or whatever, I'm not sure. But yeah, hopefully, if she's back in the team and scoring goals, it's good for Livy. So no complaints. And yeah, it's always good when someone's not scored in a while to see them get on the score sheet. And we know what Ash is capable of. Scored hundreds of fucking goals last season. So hopefully, having multiple strikers or attacking players hitting form at the right time, that can only be a good thing at this stage of the season.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good, and we'll talk about it more. But 11 points, still at the top of the table at this point in the season is great. We've got, like we said, each week there's a lot of football still to be played, but grinding out the results, it seems to be working. I know we've got a really tough one away to Inverness next week.
Yes.
This week. Sorry. Remind me again. They're the one with no corner flags, but is it a 4G park?
It's a 4G park.
Right. Okay.
So you can play a bit of football on it. It's not the best 4G park, to be fair, but no corner flags, which is Poland.
That really winds you up, eh?
Well, it annoys me because when I've played amateur and Saturday mornings with GS, like you get told that you need to have corner flags. It's one of the rules, especially in amateur football. Like referees are quite kind of tough on it because it helps the referee, especially when there's no linesman or linespeople to kind of help them kind of grasp where the ball was in the park and stuff. So yeah, it's tough. It annoys me, but it is a tough game. Not to take anything away from Cali really, because they've picked up some big wins. Always teams find it really difficult to go up there and get a win. Obviously, Livingston got beat up there in the Scottish a few weeks before Christmas. So I can imagine Livy will be looking to kind of avenge that result. But it was a tough game in the league when they beat them up there as well. So, it's a tough game, but another 3 points is another huge step in the right direction. I would be interesting to see. So Renfrew and Rossville, they both have a game in hand on Livy. But it's against each other. They had a game cancelled just before Christmas. So it'd be interesting to see when their game is, because that could really, really be, could set Livy apart. Rossville are currently 14 points behind Livy.
That's a real day.
Oh, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. They've dropped some big points recently. They got a draw at the weekend.
They drew against Ayr? Was it in Ayr?
Yes. Yeah, it was. And yeah, obviously them kind of falling down the order a little bit. But if Rossville get a result against Renfrew, then it sets them kind of both back that little bit on equal points. So, on equal games played, sorry. So, yeah, interesting to see. I've been keeping up more with kind of the other results in the league, like during the games. It's kind of hard to get updates for the Livy game at the weekend when I was sitting at home. But, keeping up with the other games was really interesting. Morton actually went 1-0 up against Renfrew. Against Renfrew, and I was having a wee party, but obviously Renfrew came back and I think they won 3-1. That was the final score. Certainly it was 3-1 at half time, and I think it maybe stayed that way for the rest of the game. So thought it was a bit of a nervy moment for Renfrew as well. But Livingston, they've beaten them both recently, Renfrew and Rossville, so shouldn't have too much to worry about. They're beating the teams that are kind of higher in the league. United beaten convincingly recently. Hutchie beat at the weekend. So it's only good vibes.
I love it. It's great.
Only good vibes.
Men unbeaten, ladies unbeaten. Well, it's
unbelievable.
I know. Let's keep it up. We need. This is good for everybody's mental health. Livy, just in general, Livy, just need to keep winning, and if you don't, come on, you're ruining every single one of our weeks, every week. All right. Keep that in mind when you're on a Sunday. You just think about the Almond View. But yeah, well done, ladies. Amazing. Good luck against Inverness on Sunday. If you obviously the game's up there. But yeah, all the best, and we'll be congratulating your win next week as well. Thanks very much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please check out our previous episodes that include interviews with Livingston legends such as David Fernandez, Barry Wilson, John Guthrie, Sean Byrne, and many more. Check out our social media. Twitter and Instagram is @AlmonViewPod. Facebook and YouTube, just search for AlmonView Podcast. And make sure to subscribe to wherever you stream your podcast to be notified about when we drop new content. Forza Livy, hope to see you all next week.